Hi everybody, it's Dr. Palmer. I just wanted to show you what I'm going to be uploading for you. It is detailed instructions, very clear and very detailed instructions on the Experiential Learning Research Poster Project. So this is what I want to show you that will help you make your poster really good. For example, I'm giving you topics that you can choose from, some research topics you can choose from. If you haven't come up with an idea, you can use one of these topics here. And you are to find a minimum of 3 journal articles, and here are the steps involved. Step 1, you go to Miami University's library online. Here's the link. Click on Google Scholar, click on Databases A through Z, click on Academic Search Complete, click on Choose Databases, select all, and click OK. For steps 7 and 8, I've actually given you another file. But what you want to do is, once you get there, you want to put your research ideas in these 2 boxes here, filter this to all text, and put your research topic in quotes. So for example, if you selected not-for-profit organizations and goals, you would put the not-for-profit organizations in the first box in quotes, and then goals in the second box in quotes, and then here you have your alt text that you filter. You also want to limit it to very current articles. I have it limited. I had to move this bar to get it to 2013 to 2015. You wouldn't want to go any further back than 2005, and because it'll pull up articles from like 1950. So you want to have current research. Okay, so once you find your articles, you see this came up with a lot of articles. Once you find 3 of your articles, see here, you then want to start building your poster template, and I'm giving you, here's your poster template. So what you do is here is that you create a creative title of your research goes there, your first and last name goes there, and your university name goes here. Your introduction box is it's an introduction or a summary of your research. Introduces your research. You have theme 1 box, theme 2, theme 3. So these will be your hardest boxes to create. For theme 1, you want to find one theme you can create from all 3 of your research articles you selected and create a title or heading. Write up your analysis in this box regarding this overall theme, tying all 3 of your articles together. So on the 3 journal articles that you select, you want to kind of read through them and find 3 underlying themes that kind of ties them all together. For example, if you were doing nonprofit organizations and goals, and you noticed that all 3 articles were talking about funding for nonprofit organizations, that could be your theme 1, and your title for theme 1 would be funding for nonprofits. If you look for your second theme and you notice that all 3 articles were talking about volunteering at nonprofits, that could be your second theme, volunteering at a nonprofit or volunteerism at nonprofits. And then use your articles to write up your analysis in this box regarding that theme that ties all 3 of your articles together. And you would also do it for your third theme. If the articles were talking about policy making for nonprofits, you would use that as you could use that as your third theme. Yeah. Here for your conclusion, you want to use this section to give any concluding or closing comments. It's just a wrap-up box or section. Further information is your opinions or suggestions on further research ideas in this research area that you created or researched, for example. So as you're going through articles, if something comes up to you and you're like, well, why didn't they talk about this? Why didn't they talk about that? That's a really good information you could put there for further information. Excuse me. Your references, you should have 3. It needs to be an APA format. I've given you a website that you can use. There is a fee to use this website. You don't have to use the website, but it'll export your references for you after you put in the information to Microsoft Word, and then you could just essentially copy and paste in there. But also, I've given you what it needs to look like. So in the references box, you need to have your articles that look like this. See how they're double spaced? The second and third lines are indented in. You have your author's names, you have the publication year, the name of the article, um, you have the name of the journal, the volume, and the issue number and the pages. So it needs to look exactly like in this format, and you would put that there. Okay, so once you've created your PowerPoint template, it's very, very important to, you want to save that to PDF. So you would, you would want to save it to PDF file. That's very, very important to do that. And you would then take your, save it to a jump drive, save it to PDF, and then save it to a jump drive. From there, you're going to locate the nearest FedEx office company, and I've given you a link here, and you put in a zip code, and it'll give you the nearest FedEx office company to you. I would just recommend calling them in advance and making sure that they do create posters at that location, just so you don't drive there and find out they just do nothing but shipping or packages or something. So just call ahead and make sure. Once you confirm that, go in person to the FedEx store with your saved PDF file, your poster that you created, your research poster, and you saved it to PDF on your jump drive. Tell the employee at the counter that you want to print the PowerPoint research poster template for a college class in black and white on bond paper. So you don't want to print it in color because it'll be more expensive. So you can print in black and white. Obviously, if you want to, you can, but that's not required. And but it can get a lot more expensive to do that. So I just recommend doing it in black and white on bond paper. The size needs to be 24 by 36 inches, and this should only roughly cost about $5. So it's not going to cost a lot to get this done. But they may say, okay, yeah, your poster will be done this afternoon or tomorrow or a couple of days, so you want to be sure you check with that. You want to dress in business casual attire, and then you're going to video yourself explaining your research using your poster as a prop or a tool. And I've given you a link to YouTube webcam. A YouTube webcam is good. You can then upload to like a YouTube video manager file that will give you a web link that you could send me and Nika in your assignments 2 section. Just like you would share a musical video from YouTube and post it on Facebook with the web link that you copy and paste in, you could do that with your video research presentation. Or you can use any other video source that you have. That's totally fine. Just make sure you're able to attach a file or send me a web link. That way I can view it. If I have any problems viewing it, I'll definitely let you know. But other than that, that's it. Have fun creating your research poster and your video presentation. Be sure to check Nika for the deadline and the due date on this. And I'm going to also be uploading another file on exactly the steps, very detailed, very clear steps that I want you to take for your virtual global stock market presentation. So be looking for that soon too. But anyways, it was nice checking in with you all, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye.